CFL season opener to be held here, the first in Saskatchewan since 2010. And back there for Ottawa, along with Dedman. A new season is underway. CFL 2025 has begun, and Dedman has it, taking it at his 10, across the 25, and he's met there and tackled Eugene Lewis, one of the newcomers to that Ottawa offense. Explosive receiver. And we got a delay right away here for the Redblacks.
Not sure they have
violation. Ottawa number 3. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Yeah, so still a little rush there for the Redblacks, so they'll finally scrimmage 5 yards further back. Here we go. Empty backfield. It's complete. Caught by Justin Hardy, one of the leading receivers, second in the CFL last year with 1,343 yards. Backfield for Ottawa. Good pickup. Set up a second down and short, 2nd and 3. Brown to throw again. He has time. He completes it to Hardy again. Hardy found a spot, sat down, and picked that one up. A little Pimpleton as well. So far, the Redblacks passing well with the Hardy. And now a carry by Braylon Addison. The veteran back with the Redblacks and doesn't get much there.
the power runner and stand back.
Addison in the slot, stand back in the backfield next to Brown to throw again. And caught again. Another completed pass there, and it is Addison.
Open things up here for Drew Brown.
3 for 3, 51 yards. Opening possession of this one. And throwing again. Backside. And the screen there to Addison, who gets it inside the 35. Another short game.
From 20-24.
2nd and 9 now. Drew Brown throwing, and underneath, Stanback has it. William Stanback's first touch as a member of the Ottawa Redblacks. Gets it down near another first down, very close, around the 25 of the Roughriders. Short yardage specialist, Crum, the quarterback, and he bumped right away. He got a second lunge. When he was first contacted, he didn't have it. See where they spot it now, but it looked like the second effort might be just enough. It is. The sticks do move, and Ottawa has a first down. 25, it started at the Ottawa 23 after that opening penalty. Swinging it off, and it is caught by Addison. The second catch of the evening.
Gino Lewis out there added to the group.
Still doesn't have a touch as a Redblack now. It's 2nd and 9 again. Ottawa. Brown caught. Speaking of Gino, the first catch for Eugene Lewis gets Ottawa close to the Rider end zone. A 1st and goal is coming up. Crum in and short yardage again on this 1st and goal play, and keeping it right side. And breaks the plane for the opening touchdown for the Ottawa Redblacks. Right down the field. And Crum caps it off for the opening points.
Very impressive drive for Drew Brown. You talked off the top about him being the newcomer last year.
To see if they can make it a 7-point game. A game that's, so yeah, 7 for 7, 84 yards. Richie Leone kicking off for Ottawa. That one takes a bounce and goes to Mario Alford. He's at his 20. Alford across the 30, across the 40, across the 45, up near the 50 with a late flag coming in.
Healthy again.
And starting this one with the Riders down 7-0, and the carry from A.J. Ouellette.
He's injured and missed some time.
Ended up missing a third of the season, but did come back. And loaded up deep. Takes that shot down inside the 10. Kean Schaefer Baker is well covered, too, in the pass off target. This will be a 53-yard attempt for Brett Lothar, the veteran out of Truro, Nova Scotia. Joe Couch to put it down, but no. And that got botched and tossed back, and it's still an active play. And Lothar just trying to boot it away, and under the circumstances does a nice job to get it down. They put the flag out because the punt went out of bounds outside the 15-yard line, but still under the circumstances, disaster for the Riders on that field goal try so far in this game, and it's been mostly Ottawa's offense after a long drive for a touchdown. They have it again, but going nowhere is Stanback out of the boy, the former Argonaut, also making his Redblack debut. as he moves out. And that one is caught again right around the 30 or 45, I should say. And that's Keelan White, their top draft pick. He went third overall in the 2025 draft. So Richie Leone back at his 30, and Alford is back for it. Here we go again. Oh, nearly broke through that, just shy of the 40.
I mean, he was in good shape. We're talking superhero shape.
Throwing is Harris. It is caught by Mitch Picton, the veteran rider. Right out of Regina. To the 25, and a 1st and 10 for Harris. Faking the handoff to Ouellette, throwing it off to his right to a wide open receiver. Sam Emlis with a breakout season, and the ball gets peeled out. Adrian Fry with it in his hands. And a fumble, a turnover here. Wait for some discussion on this. Was Emlis down?
Let's take a look. Twisting, turning.
No, it's out.
It's out before he's down by contact, and he's still fighting for yards as he went down. The officials have ruled before that the ball carrier's forward progress is stopped even if you don't hear a whistle. However, I'm not sure you can make that argument if you're the Riders.
Here's Drew Brown in the 1st and 10. Play action fake. And off to the left. It is caught by the fullback, Anthony Gosselin.
Maybe this drive.
Maybe. Pump fake. 2nd and 4. Down the left. Coverage is there. Roland Milligan, the defensive player of the year.
Player, but it was special teams as well where he was dominant.
Here's a 45-yard try for Lewis Ward, and he misses it. He pushes it right, so Mario Alford's going to bring it out to the 10. And you get another big return going. He has something going. Ward can't touch him. And Richie Leone, the holder in that play, escorts him out of bounds, but another big return for Mario Alford. That field goal. Trevor Harris right back on. Handing off Ouellette. Left side. Finds the edge and a whole lot of yardage. Still runs like a truck, just with a lighter payload. From Thor to Thor Light. And that 1st down across midfield. Taking to him, Harris buying himself some time. And he has a receiver. It's Picton again. In 2024. 1st and 10 at the Ottawa 33. Harris facing the heat. Doesn't scramble a lot. He takes off there and just gets a few yards down to the 30 from the last game they played in that Eastern Semi in Toronto last November. Here's Harris quickly again. And he strikes. And it's the first catch. For Dante Myers was a year ago in Ottawa against the Redblacks, and he had a great game. They set up a draw to Ouellette. He finds some room and tries to pull his way for a little bit more for A.J. Ouellette. And Javon Santos Knox in on the tackle there for the Redblacks.
I think A.J. Ouellette maybe have to take a couple plays to regroup. That was pretty good contact at the end of this draw play. Little draw play underneath to A.J. Ouellette. Big contact right there. That was Javon Santos.
Touchdown, and now the Riders trying to answer back. Late in this quarter, Harris, end zone. No, his receiver falls. It just drops shy of Emlis.
Major foul, roughing the passer. Ottawa number 91. It's an unrestricted penalty. It is 1st down on the 1-yard line, and that's the 1st quarter.
Announced by the referee Tim Croker, so Bryce Carter gets called for this, and it sets up the Riders near the end zone.
Yeah, so this used to be this is a rule change in the Canadian Football League this year that because it's inside of the 20, this is a major penalty. It would have been half the distance last year, which would put the ball about the 5.
Tommy Stevens, former Stampeder, short yardage expert in. See if he can tie this game, and he does. Pending the convert, of course. Still 1 point away, but the first touchdown of the season for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, scored by one of the newcomers, quarterback Tommy Stevens.
Well, they did some work in the offseason, the Riders, to create a different look in the quarterback room in general, but with regards to the backups, their short yardage player in Tommy Stevens, who
doing it there for Saskatchewan with Lothar and the point after try, and put down there by the new holder, Joe Kaut. That of Aboye and Lothar to kick off. We got a 7-7 tie. Opening night in the Canadian Football League. We are glad you joined us as it's going Dedmon's way down at the Ottawa 10. Devontae Dedmon. He finds an opening. Look out indeed as a flag comes out as he just heads out of bounds just across midfield.
During their turn, holding Ottawa number 99. 10-yard penalty. First down Ottawa.
Get him in single coverage. And those deep routes. Brown to throw again. He's been throwing a lot, and why not? That one is caught. And that's Braylon Addison.
It's a danger zone throwing that ball. A lot of bad can happen when you throw it in there. And there's also Roland Milligan around it. He's a little slow to get up. Hopefully he's just winded, but complete control from Drew Brown early in this game.
Top defensive player in the CFL last year. Down on the field right now, Roland Milligan.
Good to see him walking off.
So Milligan out of the game for now. Walks off. Brown throw nearly intercepted.
Oh, when you see it thrown.
Second down. Brown running out of time and puts it underneath to Daniel Adebaboye. To help shorten the field for their touchdown drive and back to punt it. One of the great putters in the history of the Canadian Football League, Richie Leone. Some heat on, but gets out one away, and Alford taking it at the 24 and can't find as much room to work with. Yeah, I said it was suggesting breakout season, but that was 2 years ago, and he added to it last year. That one is caught. Keyshawn Johnson.
To-back 1,000-yard seasons.
Second and 6, the Rider 34. Flag comes out. Looks like a free one. And it's Emilus with it. Lots of room after the catch, too, inside the Redblack 45. And Rider offense. Trevor Harris, though, 6 for 7, 100 yards. In a tie game and in the Ottawa zone at the 43. Off to the left. Catching that hitch. It's Dante Myers who keeps his feet and nearly was able to keep it inbound. And Brett, you were talking about it. Been a while since he's seen such continuity as he hands off to Thomas Bertrand-Houdon. Another Rider running back getting down to the 25, and it ends up in the hands of Johnson for a few more yards.
They all have to be very coordinated.
Extra yardage there by Johnson. Got them a first down, and it's back to Bertrand-Houdon, the big back.
That's what he worked on in the offseason.
It's a 2nd and 3. Bertrand-Houdon in for the injured A.J. Ouellette. He's got it again. Third straight touch down inside the 10. Another first down. Yeah, Ouellette. Saskatchewan looking for their first lead of this game. Big chance now at the Ottawa 9. Empty backfield. Harris. End zone. Touchdown. Samuel Emilus. Just adds to what he did last year and the year before. In the end zone again. A connection from Harris. And the Riders have their first lead of the season.
Talked about Trevor Harris's completion percentage and his accuracy, how accurate he is all time. Second to Dave Dickinson in that category all time. And he's
after try once again from Lothar. Bumps it through.
Puts it right where he has to. Drops it into Sam Emilus.
So now Ottawa trails in the hands of Devontae Dedmon. Oh, head over heels. He's tripped up there for -1 yard. That's it so far. He's got the ball again. And picks up one there. Gets it up across the 40. To 2nd and 9 after that 1-yard pickup. Brown to pass. Off to the right. It is caught. And it is Keelan White, the rookie. One of their top picks a year ago. Injured in camp and out for the season. Great opportunity for White under these circumstances, but not here. Malik Carney coming in on Drew Brown, and the Riders pick up their first sack. And the Riders last season, he has won so far in opening night. Brown again underneath. Khalil Pimpleton. He was one of the players that turned heads, got that crossing route, and got the edge. And it was, who is this guy with that kind of speed?
Yeah, he can go.
He later in a punt return 99 yards for a touchdown against Calgary last year. Khalil Pimpleton gets his first touch of the season. Mario Alford, he's been busy. Had some big returns in this game so far. Matchup as well coming up Saturday. You're right, with the Elks and the Lions. There's Bertrand-Houdon, as mentioned, in at running back for Saskatchewan. Houdon suddenly busy. Remaining in that Rider backfield now for Trevor Harris, who will throw. And he'll throw it deep right. Coverage there. C.J. Colden, who's in his second year, but his first year as a starter. One and only CFL game against the Riders with the Redblacks last year.
A blitz off the edge, and Trevor Harris thought to try and beat the blitz. He would throw the deep ball. The problem was he was throwing into the teeth of the blitz, coming right here. And when that is a free pass rusher named Lorenzo Malden, it's hard to throw into the blitz when it's him. And you can see it's underthrown. C.J. Colden comes up with the interception.
Several seasons at Wyoming. He's got himself a CFL pick. And it's Ottawa ball. Drew Brown again. Tries to escape the pocket. And Lake Corte Moore and Caleb Sanders are in there.
Good rotation and pressure on Brown.
Just under 3 minutes. Last play before the warning flag is out. Brown completes it at the Rider 50. And
What's up with that? Really good.
Red Black football down by 7. Late first half, rolling out is Brown. Coming back to the football is Addison.
Where's Ches? I wonder if he's stuck down there somewhere.
He's in the middle of Bill Country now. Here's Richie Leone. Punts that away. Dahlford. Nice tackle there on special teams. Lucas Cormier. Goal, and there was a problem with the placement and the kick for Launder, so they didn't get any time to 2:23 in the clock until halftime in this season opener. Thomas Bertrand-Houdon, a busy man now with the injury to A.J. Olek. Numbers so far, and Ottawa penalized 3 times as much. Out of the hand of Harris, into the hands of Emelis. But his completion percentage all time and 9 for 11 so far in this first half. Throwing again, completing again, Emelis again, and he's not done yet. Still moving inside the 40, 35 down to the 30, and they're at the very least in field goal range. Shabby on this season debut from the Ottawa 29. Quickly, Emelis again. Why not? Puts him over 100 for this first half alone.
He's seen every look multiple times.
Can get rid of that ball so quickly. Bertrand-Houdon was met initially behind the line of scrimmage. He could push his way a little bit forward. And with the injury to Alonzo would die. Harris, under a minute, threatening again, looks to the end zone, and the receiver is contacted. Amari Henderson, the ex-Roughrider.
And I don't think there's any question it's interference. It's what level?
Ottawa number 4. Penalties half the distance to goal and an automatic first down.
As they're both going to play the ball and protect their area. So I think the call was right. It's a pass interference, but it's accidental.
Goal. Riders up by 7, looking to add to the lead. Bertrand-Houdon is met right away. It's the party starter. Darius Pickett. Second and goal at the Ottawa 9 for Harris. And underneath, but no, a little bit too much underneath there for Mitch Picton. Wrist field goal now with the new holder Joe Couch, and no problem at all. Short distance.
Last D line has turned it up in this second quarter.
Drew Brown started 9 for 9. Shane Ray is coming in, and that one is caught by Adebayo. 21 and 22 won a Grey Cup with Toronto. Corey Mace was there then, and now back in the league. That is caught. Braylon Addison looking for a hurry. A quick pass here. It is caught by Hardy, but they run out of time. 0's on the clock, and it does not look like they're going to get a chance. Yeah, the flag comes out to signal that it is. Now, Bob Dice out to discuss this, but it looks like, yeah, they're denied a chance to get more points on the board. Opening night of the CFL at the half. Saskatchewan leads the Ottawa Redblacks 17-7. So
great start by Ottawa. Drew Brown went 7 for 7 in the opening drive, the first 7 points of the game, but a good second quarter by Trevor Harris in the Saskatchewan offense.
One of the 6 and a touchdown. Second half, opening night, underway. Into the hands of Mario Alford. To the 42-yard line. Lead here to start the second half. And Trevor Harris, very solid first half. And Thomas Bertrand-Houdon has been very solid. He's still running. A flag is out. Bertrand-Houdon. And all the way down into the Red Black zone, pending the flag. Of course, he's getting a lot of work right now with the injury to A.J. Ouellette. But it's coming back.
You could see his reaction like a gut punch.
Number 67. 10-yard penalty remains first down.
When he's Roughriders standing in there, and he'll get it too. The outlet for Harris and gets it up to the 35. 2023, his first year. Back with the Riders. Harris quickly again. Keyshawn Johnson, a nice cut. Yards after the catch. After that nice move, following the catch to get it inside the Ottawa 40, and the Riders in business out of the gate to start this second half. Already in scoring range for the Roughriders. Up 10. Quick fake over the middle, and wide open is Johnson again. And more good running after the catch to get it all the way down to the Ottawa 15. That pick in the first half. And the Ottawa 15, a first and 10. Harris.
Right off again.
And off to Bertrand Houdon. After the catch, 5. Touchdown. Great way to start the second half for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, as they're poised to move ahead 7 more.
Well, and good for Bertrand Houdon, remember he got that big one taken off the board for the holding call, and you could see right after that play, he kind of just ducked his head and went, "Oh, you got to be kidding me! That was a big one." Well, this is even bigger. He gets in the end zone. Nice.
Gets the touchdown, and Brett Lother for the point after again. So 24 unanswered points for the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Keeping the tailback involved, even though they lost A.J. Ouellette.
Ouellette out for this game with the upper body injury. 24-7. Big hole for the Redblacks. Daniel Adeboboye.
Ottawa needs a drive. Missed a couple opportunities here.
Brown to pass. Completes that one. It's Hardy again up around the 44. Adeboboye stays in at running back for the Redblacks. They take the handoff to Addison, and it's in Adeboboye's hands. And to break a couple of tackles, as he can do. And got the first down up near midfield. Brown steps up, wobbly pass. Didn't get all rid of it there. Again on Brown, and just making contact as he got it away. So second down and 10, throwing again, it's caught. Keelan White. The third overall pick in the 2025 CFL draft. Important drive for the Redblacks. That one really good one to start the game. Trying to add to that now, William Stanback. And running with the kind of power that we've closer to halfway already through this third quarter. Gain of 6, second and 4, four-man rush. It's complete. Over the middle and caught. Braylon Addison again. He has been the leading receiver for the Redblacks.
Just gear down. Present a target.
Down to the 21, first and 10. Redblacks on the move. Taking the pass is Stanback. And he breaks a couple of tackles and gets down close to the 15. Blacks trailing now by 17 points. Third quarter. Rolling out. Escapes the pocket, but a flag comes out as that one is just thrown out of bounds. Closest Ottawa receiver was Gino Lewis.
Time to get outside. Lots of time to throw.
Saskatchewan number 8. Half the distance to goal. Result of the play is the third down.
Inside the 10 and a first and goal for the Redblacks. Needing a touchdown to get back into this game. Looking to the end zone. Nearly intercepted by C.J. Rivas. Won that one back. See what Ottawa does with another chance. A reprieve. Down to the goal line. It's caught. Just shy of the goal line for Gino Lewis. And a late flag comes down. The Redblacks would be right near the Rider goal line. And did he break the plane when he caught the ball?
Well, scoring or potential scoring plays are reviewed automatically, so you know that's happening right now. Tough throw. Had to change the arm angle for Drew Brown to throw it around the rush. And does that ball cross the plane?
Does he? The front part of that goal line, the ball has to be across it. So they do call it a touchdown. By the way,
on the field is a touchdown by Ottawa. However, we have an unnecessary roughness penalty against Ottawa number 54, which we applied on the kickoff.
but But that is 9 straight games going back to last season for Eugene Lewis to get closer to the all-time record by the legendary Terry Evanston with Calgary back in the late 1960s. Gino Lewis, it would come down to next week against the Alouettes if he can get another one to tie the record.
To tie. And then they have Calgary.
But boy, did the Redblacks ever need that. And they get it. Evanston had 10 straight games over 2 seasons with at least a touchdown in each one. So Saskatchewan still with a 10-point lead, and Mario Alford still just chugging in these returns. What a great opening night he's had.
And they also were not good in the giveaway takeaway.
Utilized 8 times, and that unnecessary roughness one really hurts them on the kickoff. And that's Emilus. Well game. And the Ottawa 28. Riders coming right back. Starting with great field position and good running here. Thomas Bertrand Hudon. Riders had led by as many as 17. Trying for that again. Here's the catch by Emilus. What a night. Inside the 10. Emilus still fighting his way down to the 6 before. Johnson at left tackle. Harris awaiting the snap. First and goal. Looks to the end zone. No. Close for Keyshawn Johnson. Off, but a chance in the game. Knocking on the door again for the Riders. Handing off. Bertrand has 1 touchdown. He has 2. What a game for him. Called upon after the injury to A.J. Ouellette. Bertrand Hudon finds the end zone again.
You know, you mentioned that he is almost running a little bit like the same style of Andrew Harris and how he used to run. And, you know, I mean, Bertrand Hudon is his own guy, and whenever he's got his opportunity, I mentioned his 6.6-yard average on limited opportunity in his career.
Back to within 10, but what an answer for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. A memorable night for him. 31-14, back to 17 points. Daniel Adeboye and bumps into his own man.
Turn holding, number 28. First down.
You know, penalties really hurting Ottawa here. 17-point hole. They drove for a touchdown last time out. Deep shot. Brown again, open receiver, but it's a little under. A flag comes down.
Oh, yeah.
And that was Kerpella Exame and Khalil Pimpleton, the intended receiver. Tavon Campbell, excuse me. Pimpleton was the target. He was open.
Saskatchewan number 26. Automatic first down.
So
Wide field and different zones and how you work with your teammates on that. But there's no question on that call.
gets just across midfield now for Brown. Under pressure, escapes the pocket. Lake Porte Moore chasing him, completes the pass to Eugene Lewis. Has them back into the Rider territory, needing to score again to keep up. William Stanback. And left side, and he runs into contact right away, but keeps plowing his way through down to about the 42. Second catch. And he has three. First down. Toss inside to Justin Hardy. And running well as he gets around the edge and picks up about 8-9 yards for Ottawa. Second and short coming up. It's about a yard and a half to go for another first down. Brown handing off to Stanback. And he is stopped in his tracks. And he might even be shy of a first down. It'll be very close. Quarter, half a minute to go. Dustin Crum is in. And it looks like he will have enough to keep this drive going. And Ottawa got this back to within 10. Big difference here. Three-man rush. Brown gets rid of it. Wide open is Hardy. 15-10. And pushed out of bounds at about the Saskatchewan 8. Once again, needing a touchdown. Handing off William Stanback. And he bursts his way down to about the 2. Second and goal. Drew Brown. Lunging forward for the Ottawa touchdown. So not only does Eugene Lewis get a touchdown in his Red Black debut, so too does William Stanback.
Two back-to-back runs that really just, this is William Stanback. I mean, this is him. This is why it's been so much fun throughout the years watching William Stanback go to work. Look at that effort. Look at that balance, putting his right hand down, the strong right arm. We'll
see how the Riders respond again, because they've been great at it. And that got dropped by the holder, Richie Leone, and it was kicked when it was sideways by Lewis Ward. It didn't go anywhere, so they don't get the extra point. Blacks in 2016 when his special teams coordinator was Bob Dice. They're good friends, and Dice was happy to have Rick Campbell come back to Ottawa. Mario Alford on the return. And
to make sure I never had to deal with it, which was really bizarre to me that he could figure that out.
Rider football, still in front 11. Trevor Harris going back to work, dumping that one off. That's intended for Del Duncan Busby.
For seven targets, 7 catches.
Big second down for the Ottawa defense here. Harris completes it. It is caught by Myers. Tried to turn around. Adrian Fry had a hold of him, and that's a big hold too for Ottawa. Field goal try went awry. So from Australia, Joe Couch for Devontae Dedmon. After a punt of 44 yards, and their coverage unit has Dedmon wrapped up pretty nicely. His praises when we talked to him this week about this game. They're down by 11. Back to work he goes. William Stanback picking things up in the second half now.
Another level.
It's a first down. Redblacks up to the 32 after the catch by Stanback. Brown loses time, and he is down. Coming in, it's Haba Baldonado.
It past him.
He had 2 sacks last year. He's got one tonight. And Brown further back. He completes it underneath Keelan White. And hit hard and taken down there by Jameer Thurman. Mario Alford. It's 4 punt returns. Total of 37 yards. A better night in kick returns. Kickoff returns. And catches that one. And he gets it. Oh, the ball came out just before it headed out. Last to touch it there, as it is still Saskatchewan football.
Yeah.
Well, he's had a busy night. The busiest of the receivers in this game, to be sure. And this guy's been busy. Taken over from A.J. Ouellette. Tickets, by the way. Emilus, over 100 yards in the first half alone. That's going back towards Dante Myers. That one is incomplete. Football, too. That Aussie style from the Pro Kick Academy. It's Dedmon. On the short side, he spins, trying to get loose. Good coverage. Aubrey Miller coming in. Starting deep in the zone. The 17. Drew Brown. Some heat coming. Sets up a screen. And well executed. Braylon Addison. Lots of yards after this one as he gets it all the way up to the 50. The pressure was coming by the Riders. And Brown on that play exploited it. Quickly again, Brown back to Gino Lewis. And gets more good yardage on first down. Malik Carney taking him down. Crowd picking up. Red black ball back in the hands of William Stanback. Had his first touchdown as a Red Black earlier in this quarter.
Awesome for the Riders.
On the ground again, Stanback on first down. Only addressed 6 linemen. And they've had that injury. To Collins. Brown quickly going to work again to Gino Lewis. The drive continues. Lewis's 5 catches for 57 yards and a touchdown. Quickly again. Inside the 30. Another completion for Drew Brown. That time he went back to Addison.
Point. Lots of time for another possession.
Brown looking to the right and feathered in nicely to Justin Hardy for the touchdown. Here come the Red Blacks quickly to get it within a score.
Well, I showed you great accuracy and pinpoint passing from Trevor Harris a couple of series ago, and how about that throw? Over top of Tavon Campbell and in front of the deep defender in DeMarcus Fields. I mean, the accuracy on that from Drew Brown on point. Wow.
Just perfectly laid in there for Justin Hardy, who could just walk into the end zone after that catch. The leading receiver for the Red Blacks a year ago has a touchdown grab, and the Red Blacks are going to go for 2. See if they can get it within a field goal. Low snap, he throws it away immediately, Lewis, and it falls incomplete, so it remains a 5-point game.
Field, and so this is right in his wheelhouse. Inside position on Gino Lewis, one of the best at the jump ball in the receiving corps in the league.
Now it's a 5-point difference instead of them being within a field goal. Justin Brown, 391 yards passing on this opening night. Mario Alford. Big series here for both. Trevor Harris, 18 of 24 for 274. Throwing again, and incomplete. And a flag comes out for interference. It was intended for Keyshawn Johnson. Penalties. Rearing its ugly head for Ottawa in this night. Handing off Thomas Bertrand-Hudon today with the Ticats in Calgary and Edmonton and BC Plus. 2nd and 7. Call it. That is not. That's big. Keyshawn Johnson. The ball comes out. Redblacks say they have it. And indeed they do. Johnson can't hang on after he caught the ball. And Ottawa getting a big break here, forcing it just inside midfield in the Saskatchewan zone. Adrian Fry makes the play. Did it to Emilus back in the first quarter, so here we go. Redblacks down 5. Under 3 minutes, big pressure coming in is Jameer Thurman with the sack on Brown back at the Ottawa 45 and a long 2nd down coming up.
Right down Main Street. And this is very tough for the center in Jacob Ruby to get his head up quick enough. He's got to get that shotgun snap, but the timing from Jameer Thurman so good that he didn't get his head up quick enough to pick up Thurman down Main Street.
10, and look at the clock heading down towards 2 minutes. Big 2nd down here, quickly underneath. Hardy, how much can he get after the catch as he works it up near midfield? We still have a 3rd and long coming up with 2:02 on the clock, and Brown is laboring after taking a hit following that pass.
Allowing the defense to get the 2 and out and maybe get one more possession.
Punt by Leone. And Alford has it inside the 20. Cuts it back up, gets up to around the 26, 27. Drop it like it's hot.
Okay. He's opening the show in Vancouver.
Yeah, he is. There. So there's they keep it on the ground in this opening game in a 2nd and 8. Harris quickly to throw over the middle. It's caught by Picton. What a big catch for Mitch Picton. Another completion for Harris. We're arguing no, but they move up quickly over the ball, and that 1st down.
That's the bender, and how about the confidence and the timing from Trevor Harris? Had a coverage underneath from Davion Taylor.
The previous play is under review by the command center.
Well, what do you think? Did he hang on? Redblacks saying no. That you could see the movement of that football.
Well, Picton was over there waving immediately, trying to tell his coach that this hit the ground. But let's take a look. Picton has it there. It's kind of, he's juggling and it's floating. Oh, it
you
bounced.
Can see it come down and bounce. That's
bounced
no
between
catch.
his legs.
After automatic review by the command center, the pass is incomplete. It's 3rd down.
One open, now would be it. Shorter punt by Couch, off the hop. Dedman takes it at the 35. Good coverage again by the Riders, gets out of bounds. Crowd getting louder now. Heading down to the final minute. The throw nearly intercepted. Off the fingertips of Addison. Torrey to be sure for the Redblacks now. No more punting. See what they can do with Brown getting chased by Malik Kearney. He got him. Mike Rose helps him out. The Rider defense stands strong again up front. Lots of pressure tonight. That's the 4th sack by Saskatchewan. And it buries the Redblacks deep in their zone with no choice but to go for it on a 3rd and very long.
Yeah, I think Kearney starts to flush him, and then it's Rose that's going to end up getting the sack. But it was Kearney that first flushes Drew Brown out out of there. He gets him on the run, and once he's on the run, now Mike Rose continues to hustle to the football and cuts him off. But it was Kearney's initial rush coming off that edge, pretty much unblocked, that forces Drew Brown, who's not very mobile because of that hit, to try and get on the run.
3rd and 27 yards. This is it on opening night. Brown completes it underneath the stand back. There's a lot of yardage he needs, and he doesn't quite get there. Shy by 2-3 yards. Riders are going to win this game.
With a minute and a half to go.
They had been down by 17 a couple of times. You're right, got it closer, but looking like it's all for naught. Now spinning out is Thomas Bertrand. One of the notable players in this game, especially given the circumstances with the injury to A.J. Ouellette. Now half a minute to go, hanging on to that 5-point lead and just trying to kill the clock. Back to Bertrand Houdon. A couple of touchdowns on this night, one rushing, the other one receiving.
Although you can also kick it right through the end zone if you get a hold of one.
And another dangerous returner in Khalil Pimpleton is on the other side. They have 2 returners back. Here's Pimpleton. He had a punt return touchdown last year. Dedman has 6 return TDs in his career. So Joe Couch takes his time, puts it down to Dedman around the 5, and not much space to work with, and that is it. DeMarcus Fields pushes Dedman out, who doesn't like it. The Saskatchewan Roughriders like this, though. Opening night in the 2025 Canadian Football League season belongs to the home side. Saskatchewan beats the Ottawa Redblacks 31-26.